What's up, guys? Welcome to another video on this secret channel. We are nearing the end of 2025 and I always make like either quarterly updates or yearly updates. But yeah, I guess let's dive right into it, man. This has been a crazy year. When this year started, I set out these goals. We'll talk super transparently. When this year started, I was making about $1 million a month. And I set out a goal in December to keep it going. And look, I failed in that aspect, ultimately up to something that necessarily wasn't even my fault. Like, I was a very good meme coin trader. I ran one of the biggest trading communities of all time that, I scaled from zero to over like $1.2 million a month. And I also scaled a YouTube channel from zero to almost 200K subs and got a lot of referrals on different crypto trading platforms, which, yeah, ultimately it led to making over $1 million a month. And I think my best month I made like 2.5 million. It was really insane. Looking back at it, definitely not sustainable for the long term, but I already knew that wasn't going to be the case. I was around for the 2021 NFT cycle. I made a lot of money back then, but I lost it all. This time, I was more prepared, and I knew that this wasn't going to be forever. And that was my main goal. My main goal at the beginning of this year was to keep it going, to keep making a shit ton of money, but as the year has gone on, I've continued to make a really good amount of money. We've made, I want to say, at the beginning of the year, made a lot of money training and still with Potion and stuff, and, it's been a good year. We've made a few $1 million this year, and we'll leave it at that. But look, there's a lot more to life than just making money. I've done a lot of cool stuff this year, and I'm gonna look through like my camera roll to kind of like be able to talk about individually cool things I've worked on. But off the top of my head, man, this has been my most traveled year ever. I've done 84 flights this year. I have been to 41 airports. I've been to how many countries? This should tell me. Hold up. And yeah, I've been to 16 different countries this year. I've been to, let's name them. I've been to the United Kingdom, to Puerto Rico, to Italy, South Korea, the Bahamas, Spain, St. Martin, Turkey, Switzerland, not Malaysia, Singapore, Mexico, Greece, China, Dubai. I forgot, I don't know what this flag is. Netherlands, Belgium, a lot more. Anguilla, St. Martin, went to Abu Dhabi. That's not a country though. Look, point is, I've been so many cool places this year. And it's been really cool. I kind of have to look here through my yearly camera roll to kind of see what happened and give you the full rundown of the year. At the beginning of the year, as you guys know, I was working on a bot with a few other people, and that was like one of my main focuses. That didn't really end up working out for me. We went our separate ways, and that was that. But at the beginning of the year, that was one of the main things, and I got to do a lot of cool stuff. I made a fucking we paid $200,000 for a movie trailer that we did with FaZe Banks, Stable Ronaldo, FaZe Lacy. That was really cool. So I was back and forth between LA a lot. That was about Q1. We did the Aiden Ross stream. I went mainstream viral for the first time in my life. That was an experience. I went to NFT Paris. Libra was a big meme coin rug by allegedly Argentinian people. March, traveled a lot. Man, I traveled to so many really cool places. And in April, I had all of my meme coin friends. I had Cupsy, Kenzo, Kills, Notch, Dev, Kimchi. I had them all come down to Miami, and we had a really, really great week. We did all the best things you could do in Miami as a bunch of, young, 20, successful kids. And then, we went to Orlando, we went to Disney. I'm just looking through my camera roll here. Then right after that, it was Alyssa's and I's 4-year anniversary, and we went to Dorado Beach in Puerto Rico. Random resort, man. I was looking for a place to take my girl on our anniversary, and Puerto Rico was right there. I was looking for something in the Caribbean, beachy vibes, and I fell in love with a different country, a different place for the first time ever. Like, honestly, for the first time ever. For those of you that don't know, I'm from Italy. I grew up here in Miami. I love Miami. I wouldn't go anywhere else. Puerto Rico, Dorado Beach, and specifically, was the one place I went and I was like, wow, I could see myself living here. And there's also zero taxes. That's very, very cool. So yeah, we went to Dorado, and I've now been to Dorado, I want to say like 5 times now. When we went, we randomly met up with Luke Belmar. Me and Luke actually ended up having like a pretty good relationship because of that trip. Very hospitable. Then we went to Dubai. You know, I got a random 300K airdrop from Boop that ended up being like 40K when I went to go sell it. I got to stay at the biggest suite at the Burj Al Arab. We got a random upgrade through my Amex card. I rode a camel. I went viral on Twitter for almost killing a camel. I didn't actually almost kill the camel. Went to Abu Dhabi. And then, yeah, summer, just looking here, a lot of back and forth to Puerto Rico. Florida Panthers win the Stanley Cup. That was fucking great. I got the potion office. We built the basketball court. We put like $100,000. I put $100,000 into a potion basketball court. Had to pay my taxes. I had close to a 1.5, I think it was $1.4 million tax bill. Actually disgusting, like genuinely gross. Puerto Rico has zero taxes. Big reason I wanted to move there. Not yet, but could see it happening one day, especially if we make a lot of money in these next few years. So yeah, I got a lot of cool cars. Just looking here, got a Maybach, got a Sprinter van. I hired a full-time driver. That was, you know, something that, yeah, I mean, that was after Trump. I hired a full-time driver because I didn't want to miss any more meme coin stuff. Then I stopped trading meme coins as often as I was. Very crazy. A lot of Europe travel, a lot of Caribbean travel. And yeah, Panthers win Stanley Cup. Sorry, I'm going through my whole camera roll. Okay, now we're in July. No, now we're in June. In June, I buy my dream car, Porsche GT3 RS. If you go back on this channel and you listen to some of my older videos, you know that's the car that I've always wanted. And I bought a Porsche GT3 RS and made a lot of content with it. I started a vlog channel. Yeah, no, that's been a super huge part of my life. How can I forget, guys? Yeah, I mean, I've always wanted to be a content creator. I've done Fortnite, I've done the crypto, I've done YouTube, and content is my passion. I started a vlog channel. I got a video that has like 40K views. You know, like it's actually doing pretty well. I got really close with Brez. I gotten closer with TJR. Yeah, I got close to a lot of these people that I've always looked up to. Got a vlog channel that has 10K, I think, right? 10K subs. Very, very cool. I wrote a lot of angel checks this year. I got equity in a company that made over 400K in a month, and I had a lot of ownership for it, and I had to give it up because we didn't align. Like I literally gave up almost $100,000 to $150,000 a month because I didn't align with the brand. I look, you regret it, but it's okay. Bro, I've done a lot of things that I've gave up a lot of money. That was, yeah. I think it was this year, or maybe not. But I got like, somebody sent me fake supply and I one clipped it, and it was like $100,000. And we gave that to St. Jude. I don't regret that, but it was just funny because it's a lot of money. Anyways, a lot more Europe travel. Oh, I started fucking going on private jets. I mean, that's been a huge change. I went on my first one here July 2nd. I paid for it. It was like $5,000 from here to Naples. We checked out, that was a really cool vlog. Checked out some of my properties in Naples, and now I want to say I fly private at least once a month. I've been on 6 flights now, 5 or 6 flights. That's been a pretty cool occurrence that like I frequently try to do now at least once a month, where I myself like I want to fucking jet one day. I love aviation, love everything about it. And July, I met Alex G. I went to Mykonos on a private jet. That was fucking awesome. Went with Kenzo and fucking Notch and Kimchi and Brez and Dev. That was honestly great. I met Jaime Jaquez, went clubbing for the first time until very, very late. Me and my girl had a wonderful time there. I think I got a cat this year. Or no, I think I got Miso last year. Almost bought a horse. That would have been bad because I don't have anywhere to keep a horse. Went on helicopters. Got a Richard Mille. I sold a Richard Mille. Sold all my watches. Got an AP. Moved a lot of money around. Kind of came to the understanding of like, I don't really need a lot of this stuff. But now I'm also like, I want a Richard Mille because I genuinely like it. In the past, I wanted it because it's fucking cool and like a flex. But the people you're flexing to, that get impressed by that stuff aren't always the type of people that you really want to meet. I've met a lot of billionaires this year, and I mean a lot. And very cool to see how they all kind of think the same, but are very different in some ways. Around August, started going really hard in the gym, and since August, I want to say it's been like around 4 months now. So I want to say like late July, because when I went to the Netherlands to film with Basher, I was at my highest weight. I was at 305 pounds, and I'm currently sitting at 260. Let's call it 260 to 265, you know, depending on the range. But we're lowering it, guys. I've lost 45 pounds this year, which has been my biggest goal. Every single year that I make one of these videos, I'm always like, I hope this year I lose weight. And this year I have done that. So far, I'm back weighing what I weighed back in 2022. But we still have so much more to go. It's become such a big part of my life now. I will talk about it in just a few. We're almost getting there. About a Mansory Rolls Cotton. Pretty fucking crazy. You know, just a lot of cool content. Lost my cat, found my cat. Went to, you know, best restaurants in the world. A lot of car shows, more private jets. Got to work with a lot of cool companies. Got a lot of sponsorships. And my laptop just died, so I can't look for my camera roll anymore on there. Let's see. Let me just open this on my phone. Where were we? I think we were now in like August, September. We're in September. September, went to China, went to Singapore. Some of the best places I've ever been. Some of the best events I've ever been to. Great time. Flew first class on Singapore Airlines. Like, honestly, just dreams. We saw F1 in Singapore. Met another billionaire, met Meow. October, just a lot of working out. October, I decided to pack my bags and move. I fucking moved across the country. I got an opportunity. If any of you guys know David Dobrik, you know his one of the main characters in his videos is Ilya. Ilya does like personal training. He's the guy who trained David Dobrik on his transformation video that went super viral. And I had always looked up to him. And I reached out and I was like, yo, we should do a Zila transformation on me. And he was like, we went back and forth a lot of weeks. I was like, bro, I'm so serious about this. I will move there. I spent $50,000 moving from Miami to LA. I got a nuts crib, and I mean fucking nuts. I almost bought a car out there. And the first week I was there, I couldn't do it. I was waking up every single day at 7 a.m., going to the gym from 7 to 9, and that's it. I was done. I had 9 a.m. until late at night, and I was just alone with nothing to do. Honestly, I felt very alone and sad because I had just went out with my mom, my dogs, my friend, and I was still missing the person who's most important to me, you know, which is my girlfriend. You know, one of the people most important to me, like my best friend who I see every day, you know. And just Miami, man. I'm a Miami guy. So now instead what I do is I fly every single week or every single other week to LA. I'm actually flying tomorrow, as of the time this video goes up, flying tomorrow to LA. And I'm working on my Zila transformation. We're gonna make a hell of a movie. I'm getting all these clips and I'm gonna put together something awesome, and it's gonna be great. That's kind of it, really. As far as like where I've been, what I've done, what I've been up to. Look, I watched my company go from $1 million in monthly revenue down to 100K, less than 100K. I watched the market, which was once the only thing people were ever really talking about. What it seemed like, I would go on TikTok and Instagram, my For You pages, and I would literally see people talking about meme coins. I mean, we had celebrities launching and tons of crazy stuff going on. I've seen every meta come and go, and there's still random opportunities that come up, and I can make, you know, $20,000 to $50,000, and there's random opportunities where I can also lose $20,000 to $50,000. And trading has become one of these things to me where it's not a very linear experience, right? The amount of work that I put in does not result in progress being made because I'm already capped the amount of hours where it makes sense. Let's say, for example, you start trading meme coins today, you know nothing. The first 100 hours you're learning. After the first few hundred hours, you're done learning. You are able to trade exactly how you would. Um, and I hate that. I hate not being in control of where my life is headed and having to wait around. So what I found myself doing is working on other stuff and trading on the side. And that's been going a lot well. I have this really cool idea that we'll talk about maybe next year on this channel that hopefully plays out. I've gotten pretty deep into prediction markets. I've gotten a little bit more into Gamblify. I've gotten more into being a creator in general, working with different chains. I think crypto is the future. I think crypto saves my life more than once now, financially. I was very broke. You go to the beginning of this channel, and when I was making those 2023 goals, I was very, very poor, guys. I was in debt, $40,000, and I had a Lamborghini that I couldn't afford. I mean, these monthly payments were like literally dragging me down. And I started a social media marketing agency with my friend Nate, and we scaled it to around 10, 20K a month, and that saved my life enough to pay the bills. And then Doogie Dash came out, crypto gaming opportunity. I won $600,000 doing so. Literally changed my life. I became like this big, crypto gaming content creator, and I really got big in crypto for the first time in my life. Then in meme coins, I got really, really big because I'm the biggest YouTuber in the meme coin crypto game. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much where I was going. Is crypto is the best industry in the world. There's always going to be opportunities that pop up. If it's not meme coins, it can be prediction markets, it can be whatever it is. Doesn't matter. I just want to be here in this industry, and I think that Bitcoin will be 500K, if not $1 million in the next 5 to 10 years. I bought a house. Me and my girlfriend, we bought a house together. It's being built. It'll be done in 2027. I did this yesterday. I sent a payment yesterday. This is the biggest thing I've ever bought in my life. I'm super excited for that. I cannot wait to start my life with my girl, and it's gonna be awesome. I had an opportunity to sell my company this year for multiple millions of dollars. I had an opportunity to exit Potion, and I said no. I was negotiating for more money, and it eventually led to not happening. But that was very cool. Like, I was almost there to exiting a company, which has been one of my goals for a very long time. Um, I've had offers. I've thought about stuff, but as of where it is right now, it's not something I want to do unless it makes a lot of sense. I've worked with many different companies, many different brands, but look, I think really where I'm going with this is I'm happy with where this year has been. There's been stressful moments for sure, but I've had a really, really great support system. I've gotten a lot closer with, family, with, friends. I feel like I have more friends now. I've gotten very, very in touch with my health. One of the most important things to me right now is like, I am financially well off. I want to be like health well off, and I'm working on this becoming my first thing, but like something that's a very close second, third is my faith. I have gotten the closest I've ever been in my life to God, Jesus, and it's something I really, really enjoy, and I'm really, really passionate about, and I've gotten close to other people as well, just talking about my faith. And it's an awkward conversation to have. It's even awkward right now talking about it, but like I feel like for the first time this year, I really choose to believe in God myself, not just because it was the way I grew up, but because I truly believe. Like, I don't know if that's a weird thing to say. Probably not. You might be a lot more religious than I am. You might be a lot less religious than I am. I'm not trying to push anything onto you, but something that really stuck out to me this year was losing my cat. It was a very, very sad time in my life, and we would go out every single night, stay out till really late, like 2 a.m., just driving around looking for him, calling out to him, knocking on every door, putting posters up. I put up $3,000 bounty, and it seemed like nothing was working. And that Sunday, I literally, like, in my Bible app on my phone, I like wrote this down in my prayers that, like, God, like, I've never asked for a sign, just bring my cat back. And yes, maybe it was chance, maybe it wasn't, but my cat literally came back on its own. Um, I was laying in bed and I heard meowing. I thought it was my other cat, so I opened the door to let him in. He wasn't going in. Looked a little weird, and I got my cat, and it was my fucking orange cat, the one that went missing. And I'll be honest, ever since then, I stopped trying to get as close to God as I wanted to at the beginning of the year. Why? Because this is a bad thing to kind of, this is a bad mindset, but I feel like I only really really pray when things are going not great in life, and that's a bad thing. I feel like you should always pray, and you should try to get your relationship with God as close as you can. Look, I don't want to get too much into like the religion talk, but it's been becoming more and more of an important thing in my life, and something I want to pass on to my kids, and something that just in general is important to me. Like, I want to be as close to God as possible. Um, yeah, and I want to keep being healthy, and I want to keep my relationships going, and this the same goals I've placed every single year. Like, I'll let me look through real quick my 2023 goals. I think I have a picture of them somewhere here. But yeah, I always appreciate the people who look at this channel. I really don't know who it is, but I hope you're doing well, man, and I hope you can find success in whatever it is you're trying to achieve. I've been doing this YouTube thing now for over 10 years, and you know, just passion. This is what I love doing, and meeting the right people and just being in this industry made me tens of millions of dollars. Okay, not tens of millions, but over, a good amount of money. I'm actually trying to find my 2023 goals right now, so I can kind of like look back and compare to it. 2024 goals. I did it. Yes. 2024 goals. I will become a millionaire. Okay. I'm looking here. So I wanted to lose weight. I was at 260 pounds. I gained another 50 pounds. I went up to like 310, 305. I'm back at 260 now. I wanted to learn new skills and languages. I wanted to scale to 100K a month, and it's been a blessing that I'm able to make, 6 figures a month. Yeah, I've always wanted to travel a lot, and I have. And I wanted to grow my relationship, and I have. I want to grow on social media, I have. I want main students here. I wanted to work with FaZe in the NBA, and I did both of those. I mean, I'm friends now with NBA players. I built a company with a FaZe fucking member. Like, it's been a hell of a year. It's been a hell of a last 2-3 years. And this video is just a life update, man. I feel truly, like, I want to say happy. Sometimes I stress out. I just bought this house yesterday. It's a very big, it's the biggest purchase I've ever made. I have my 2025 tax bill upcoming. I don't want to sell any of my stocks, any of my crypto, but what a blessing it is to be able to like say these things. Like, I don't want to be able to dip into my investments, but really, man, I think this is the happiest I've been, and like the fact that I'm able to dip into investments, and that I have, X amount of money, and I have a relationship, and my family as well, and everything as well, and I'm getting on top of my health. I'm traveling. I'm doing all these great things. Life feels good. It feels good. I went through a really dark time this year, which we'll talk about some other time, but. Yeah, I've been through stressful times this year. But I feel as of today, like November 2025, I feel pretty good. Yes, there will be stressful moments here and there, but I feel good, man. I feel good. I'm excited to see where this year ends. I'm going to keep grinding in the gym. Hopefully, lose another 15, 20 pounds by the end of the year. 10 pounds a month is pretty reasonable. And going to 2026... ready to travel and keep making content and working on this next project that I'm thinking about working on, and just falling in love more with the world, man. I haven't been to anywhere too crazy where I'm like, wow, like China, Singapore, those were places that I went to and I was like, wow, culture shock. But I want to go to even more culture shock places. I want to go to fucking India. I want to go to fucking Africa. I want to go to Australia. I want to go to Antarctica. I want to go to Saudi Arabia. I want to go to every single country. And I know some of those are harder than others to be able to say. Like, I want to go to fucking Afghanistan. I want to go to Russia and Ukraine and Israel and Palestine. I genuinely mean it when I say I want to go to every single country. And, you know, I want to see every single culture. And obviously I won't be able to do all of these anytime soon because, you know, I don't want to go to like any war zones or any dangerous places or any political places. But eventually I do want to be able to say I went to every single country. Yeah, and that's my update, guys. I'm 22 years old as I made this video. I'm going to be turning 23 in 4 months, and I want to keep making money. I want to keep making money, and I want to keep making videos, and I want to keep growing as a creator, and I want to keep inspiring many people, and that's it. FouseyTube. Fousey just replied to my fucking thing. I posted a weight loss progress thing today. Let me show you guys. I'll flip the camera real quick. Let me get the shit going here. I fucking love Fousey, dude. He's such a good guy. We had a phone call together the other day. I guess he's been following up with me. Anyways, this is my progress from this year. And that was a few months ago, and this is now. You know, I mean, it's nothing like too crazy, but I'm proud of it. It's been a lot of hard work, truly. And Fousey just replied, "Let's go, keep going." Fucking goat, dude. I haven't replied to Fousey. He's the goat. But yeah, bro, just like the fact that I'm able to like fucking meet some of these people is actually insane. Like, it's been fucking awesome, boys. And I'm here sitting in my couch at my new potion office. Just a little fucking place, like a lot cheaper than what the warehouse was. We gave up the warehouse, at least Sarah did. I spent a lot of money this year on dumb shit, by the way. I can make another advice video. I don't want to be talking about like advice in this video, but yeah, no, I spent a lot of money on employees, on stupid shit that I wish I didn't spend money on, but life is good, man. Can't give any complaints. Thank you guys so much for watching. I always wonder who makes it to the end of these videos. The first person to DM me why they watched till the end of this video on my Instagram at OrangeYT. Start the first word with potato. No, not potato. Start the first word with finest orange. Yes, finest orange. I will definitely take a look at that. That was my every time on Xbox back in the day. And tell me why you watched till the end of this video. I'll give you $100. First person to do so. If I don't give you $100, I'll still reply to you. I'll reply to everyone, but I won't give the first person who does that $100. I'm always just curious as to like why. But yeah, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy. I was gonna say Orangey, but I am Gabriela Leiva. Y gracias por mirar este video, donde todos los años puedo hablar de mi vida y lo que quiero hacer. Every year. Yeah. See you guys next quarter or at the beginning of the year. Or I'll make more videos just like talking about like what I want to do next year. And if you guys want any advice on anything, I'm always willing to do that stuff too. But yeah, peace.